It has crossed my mind that my son with Melissa may not be mine.
Phil's son looks nothing like Phil.
Melissa has lied to me so much that I wouldn't put it past her, that she lied just to entrap me.
It's crossed my mind that Melissa has been artificially inseminated. It's a way to trap Phil.
If Theresa believes that I got artificially inseminated, I think that's very funny. Bill can have a paternity test anytime he would like.
I would love to have a paternity test. In my heart, I gotta believe he's my son. If he's not, I'm telling you, it's gonna devastate me.
Well, I have a sealed envelope here with the paternity test results. It's from the DNA Diagnostic Center. It's not been opened or tampered with in any way. You all agreed to do this, right? You want to know, right?
Absolutely.
The probability of paternity with regard to you being the father of that child is 99.999%.
Yep. Good.
Good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Actually, it's made me really happy. Thank you, Dr. Phil.
So that's done. Now let's talk about the son. Melissa says that her 3-year-old son was diagnosed with ADHD at about age 1. He is currently taking 1 milligram of Intuitive, and she gives him 3 milligrams of melatonin at bedtime every day because she says he has trouble sleeping. Can you reliably diagnose a child with ADHD at 1 year of age?
If you are looking at or talking about a patient who is under the age of 6, you really probably need to engage a specialist who is a child and adolescent psychiatrist to make that diagnosis.
If you start treating with ADHD drugs, such as what's being given here, what's the problem?
It does depend, however, on the medication that's used. So one of the most common medications that was used for ADHD was methylphenidate, or there are other medications that have, they're called immediate release stimulants. And these medications have been shown to potentially have effect on nutrition as well as growth patterns. So you can have some delay in growth or development as a result. The medications can also cause heightened levels of anxiety. They can affect sleep. They can increase someone's agitation.
All right, and what is your opinion of giving a child 3 milligrams of melatonin at bedtime?
The problem with doing that is that you don't really know the concentration of the active ingredient when you're using something that's not regulated by the FDA. So we don't want to make any recommendation that we don't have the evidence or the knowledge base to know how that medication or substance is created, manufactured, and really what levels of the effective dose are in that. So I pretty much have to stay away from recommending for or against things that I just don't even know what's in the mixture.
You understand what he's saying is melatonin, if it's FDA regulated, the concentrations have to be authenticated and validated. If it's not FDA regulated, they can make this stuff in a bathtub and then mix it up into different pills. So you might get one pill that has a very high concentration of the active ingredient, and the next one has no concentration of the active ingredient in it, whether it's done with liquid or a tablet or whatever. You have no idea because there's no regulation.
Okay, I didn't know that, no.
Dr. Tong, we'll release you because I know you're very busy, so we'll thank you so much.
Very much.
Bye.
Thanks for having me.
My point here is the last thing you want to do is first get a child in the middle of all of this crossfire and then start throwing pills at the kid. That's the last thing what you want to do. What you want to do is turn down the environmental noise and decide that you are a fiduciary. You may want him because you love him, you may want him because you want to just screw her over. There may be 50 different reasons that you want to do this, but the problem is you're a fiduciary for this child, and you have to put that child's interest ahead of your own. And that means this drama has to stop.
Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.